Yo, what up, what up, what up? This is part of my journal and divination playlist, but I'm going to upload it for everyone. But you can just tap out right now if this isn't for you. And I'm not even going to say I'm going to be quick in this video because I have an idea of what I'm going to say, but I don't know. And then we're going to put you'll never see this. Why is it starting with this? All right, we'll go back to that in a second. But what I absolutely flawless. Hey, subscribe, hit that like button. Oh, but I'm just gonna have just for my own energy some big wave surfing going on in the background that you'll never see. That's just there for me. And then okay, let's get into the divination. So we got the flow card over there. This is what happened. So a few days back when I was in LA, was I in LA? I was in San Francisco. I was somewhere and I pulled the magician card. And I had never really looked at the magician card closely. Oh, by the way, this is like a breakdown of 108 in tarot, but I might call it Way of the 108 because I'm going to kind of go into my flow to your dream stuff a little bit instead of only focusing on 108. Anyhow, I pulled the magician card. And the magician card is number 1. And then, I saw this infinity right away. I'm like, oh shit, there's an 8 there. And then, if you look at the cup or the pentacles, like it's kind of like an O. And I'm like, man, the magician card is dope. It's got 108. It's the 108 card. It's got vibes. It's got energy. Whatever. Okay. We'll come back to you, magician. Then a day or two ago, I pulled the Fool card. And I saw that it was O. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And it's got a little O back there, and it's the Fool and whatever. The Fool is cool. We're gonna connect it to this in a moment. But I pulled that card, and then it just made me. I didn't pull this card, but I was just like, what the fuck's the 8 card then? Like, I didn't know what the 8 card was. Now I know it's strength. It's strength. Beautiful. So the reason I pulled, these cards is and then like I also saw like, oh man, it's got the infinity there. It's got the 8. I'm like, how cool is that? So then what happened is, I guess maybe it started yesterday, but today, I'm writing this Flow to Your Dream book that will be done. Well, first draft will be done in the first few days. And this is just an image I made for the book. It's kind of animated here. Did it in Canva. Shout out to Canva. Canva's dope. Use it if you haven't started using it yet. But so we're gonna like, so just in the 108, like it's cool. Like it was just cool. Boom, 1, the magician. The magician kind of represents 108 by himself. And then boom, oh, I like the Fool. Boom, strength. We're gonna like connect it to 108 and Flow to Your Dream. So if we look at this for a minute, what do we got? What do we got going on here with the surfing? Yeah, big waves. Anyhow, if we look at this for a minute, so in my Flow to Your Dream system, I got basically 3 components. It's not complex. It's simple. You have your story, which is like your past, your biology, your experiences, whatever. You have your dream, the shit you want to accomplish, your goals, and really, like, in some ways, your fears. Let's keep it positive. Your goals, where you're trying to go. And then you got your flow. This is where you live. This is where you are right now watching this video. This is the present. Past, future, present. And along with the present, I look at it like cycles, right? So you got what you're doing, your routines and habits. You got your moment to moment. You got your day to day. You got habits. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you go to sleep, brush your teeth, meditate. You got your weekly habits. Maybe you hang out on the weekends. Maybe you go to church, whatever. Maybe you got monthly habits. Then you got yearly habits or yearly routines, yearly rituals. You got like what your birthday, New Year's, Christmas. Depending on what culture you're from, you do different things on a yearly basis. So this whole thing just represents how life works. You got your story, your trauma in here, your good times, your bad times, the experiences you've cultivated. You're a surfer, and you've mastered the art of surfing big waves, whatever. Okay, right? All right, so there. And then what I ended up doing is I was like, oh, how can I relate these different aspects to this, to the 108 I have here? And I was like, actually, this works out pretty cool. So the magician, and I guess, so the magician, like maybe I'll jump into this a little bit here too, but the magician, I kind of, he's like the conductor. Look at that. He's got his little, like, for the orchestra or whatever. He's like the conductor, and he kind of embodies everything. But if I made him just one of these, it's like the story, like the this is where everything comes from, is your story, right? And like your story sets the tone for your dream sets the tone for what you do every day. What you do every day is also influenced by your history. And then, like, just while you're right here, you have a whole story of everything, what you're doing, where you're going. So, like, story, while I make it represent the past, in a way, story is like all of this, like what you tell yourself you've accomplished and what you're going to accomplish and what you do. So boom, that's the magician. The magician is story, but just like story embodies everything, the magician is the past. It's where, look, he's got all this stuff set up to do magic, to make the magic happen. So it's the story, but then it's also the bigger story. So just like the magician is a story, but it's a bigger story. He's got the 8, he's got the O. Boom, boom. Okay, now we got the Fool, and the Fool to me represents just pure dream, right? Like if you're like unattached from story, if you're unattached from that's gonna be flow. That's where your energy, and you're just pure dream. You just look at this guy. He's about to walk off a cliff. His fucking head is in the clouds. There's a dog like, yo, there's a cliff, and he's like, whatever, like, I'm dreaming, right? So boom, this fits into the flow to your dream thing. You got your story, you got your dream, and then boom, you have your flow. The flow, look at that flow. Yeah. I'm like so into surfing, and I've never surfed. Like, that's something that's on my list. Anyhow, your flow, this is the action that you take. This is, these are the things you do every day. I just knocked out some push-ups over there. That's flow. I'm writing every day. That's flow. I'm making this video. Flow. and then it's cool too. So it's represented by the 8, but the 8, it's that infinity like flow. It's just always moving. So boom, we got the 1, we got the O, we got the 8, 108. There's 108. I guess I can, like, I don't have to go into any further details. I guess I could give you the thing that made me go, oh, when I looked up, there was a boat up there, and I haven't created the Venn diagram for this one yet. But you could, I'm going to use a nautical, not surfing. Maybe I could put it in terms of surfing, but I'm going to use a nautical analogy for the 1, the O, and the 8. Okay? All right. We're going to make nautical. And what you want in your life is all these things to be functioning harmoniously, right? So if you're sailing, your strength here, your flow, that's the wind. That's what powers you. That's where, like, this is what you need, wind to go places, right? And then here's your dream. This is just a place to go, right? But if you just have, strength, you just have wind, and you just have dream, but it's not connected to your history. You're not connected to your story. You kind of like you can go places, but it's not connected, right? So then, boom, you bring in the flow, the story, the captain of the ship, right? You got the captain of the ship here. So when you got the captain, you got the destination, you got the wind, 108. That's how you make the magic happen. All right. There's my Like I'm looking at it, it's about to be 10 minutes, and I'm like, I'm gonna make it 10 minutes and 8 seconds. 1:00:08. All right, guys, so we'll just end it there. Peace.